I figured out where he was at about 9 o'clock one evening, and so we put our kid in the car seat. My husband drove me over there and waited in the car filming when I went up and knocked on the door, and of course got Bishop Dorsonville, which is what I thought. Gave him my card and said, I'd like to speak to Theodore McCarrick. He's, yeah, how do you know he's here? And I was like, well, that's a giveaway. Which is something that's common with the cover-up in the church, is that the cover-up's happening poorly.
Keystone Cop cover-up. Yeah, it's a Keystone cover-up through and through.
And so I said, okay, well, I'll be back tomorrow. And I came back the next day, and that was when the Archdiocese called the Post and was like, this is threatening and frightening. And of course, it was me with my backpack.
But your husband is a large, he's a substantial man.
So Matt wasn't there the next day, right? This 6'3" guy with the 2-year-old in the back.
It's the 2-year-old that really terrifies.
That is a kind of threat. Yeah, we're going to let this kid in the house. But I mean, even then, it was very sad. I mean, it wasn't a triumphant. I didn't feel good about it, right? I was standing on the doorstep. I knocked. I rang the doorbell. And I waited, and I said, I'm just going to wait here because that's the advice Bob Woodward gave me. And you can oftentimes outwait people into something that'll give you more information about what you're trying to understand. And I had a letter I wanted to hand deliver, and I didn't want to mess with the mailbox because you can get in big trouble that way. And the nurse came, and she was like, it was time for her appointed time to, I guess, deal with McCarrick. And she knocked, and they thought it was me, and they wouldn't come to the door. And I kind of panicked. I was like, I don't want McCarrick to not be able to see his nurse. Right? I'm not trying to interfere with his health care. It doesn't have to be that way, right? I mean, and I wish there was some way I could have made it clear that it wasn't me knocking anyway she left. And I mean, I hated it. I hated it more than anything. And I left shortly after that. And it was a Pyrrhic defeat, right? After that, they moved him out to Virginia for a little bit and then up to Kansas.